Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into the first Spring 2025 seasonal model roundup from GavsWeatherVids. So here we go again, we are going to be bringing you long range data, and this is the first update for Spring 2025 in terms of the long range models. And I shall get to that for you in a moment. Just say that first, a minute seconds, our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also got the weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 day on the way later on today as well. Please like, share, and subscribe on all today's videos and content. And thank you so much everyone for dear Matt for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone. And thanks to Richard. Thanks to Ricardo, thanks so much, Richard, for our Spring 2025 update skip. I love it. Thank you so much, Rich. Right, let's start off with Kansas from Top of Tidbits, as always. So, this is a mean sea level pressure anomaly for Spring 2025 from Kansas. Anticyclonic spring, if this is right, with high pressure dominating through the Atlantic into western portions of Europe. A milder than average spring is being forecast there as well, with above average temperatures, and a drier than average spring is predicted as well. Oops, let's get rid of that. A drier than average spring is predicted too. So milder and drier than normal with high pressure in control to start us off. Right, let's go through the NMME suite of models, starting off with NASA. So this is a temperature anomaly from NASA, coming out slightly above average in those orange shaded colours, and precipitation wise a little bit on the wetter side if anything, so that's slightly different compared to Kansas. And I've got the GM also coming out with slightly above average temperatures there. The orange shaded colours are like half a degree to 1 degree above normal. And precipitation wise, not much of a signal coming out, about average or has no signal. And then we've got NCAR also coming out very slightly above average. Actually, I would say that is near normal for the temperature anomaly. And again, not much of a signal precipitation wise, near normal or average. IRI probability temperature forecast looks like this for the spring 2025. So Scotland comes out with below normal temperature probability by about 40 to 45%, but Ireland, England and Wales coming out with a probability of above average temperatures by about 45 to 50%. So a colder spring for Scotland may be being favoured there, and a milder spring for Ireland, England and Wales, and no signal either way for precipitation or average for precipitation there. And then we've got CFS, 700 millibar height anomaly looking like this. Anticyclone, very similar to what Kansas was showing actually. High pressure dominating from the Atlantic into Europe. We can see that over on this side of the chart as well. It means that the model is going for slightly above average temperatures, although Scotland, in contrast to IRI, actually Scotland is warmest overall in the red shaded colour, but I think we just say it's slightly above average temperature, and rather on the drier side, especially so for Ireland, England, Wales, and that covers France, Germany, etc, etc, etc as well. Right, that's the American models done. Let's come over to Europe and have a look. So we start off with the ECMWF mean sea level pressure anomaly for spring 2025. We see high pressure up towards Scandinavia and winds in from the east. Remember, spring is the most easterly of all of the seasons, and April and May are the most easterly of all of the months. So that's pretty classic, pretty standard for spring, really. If that occurs in March, and that could be a coldish pattern, but in April, particularly in May, that'd be a relatively warm pattern. And so as temperature is concerned, well, a milder average of spring is predicted there in those orange shaded colours. So again, about 1 degree above normal for this spring. And precipitation-wise, not much of a signal, to be honest, although with high pressure over Scandinavia, you'll perhaps expect a wetter spring maybe down in the south, not sure. Right, okay, Meteo France, mean cell pressure anomaly from Copernicus, suite of models, looks like this, quite a little bit of a high pressure signal there for the spring, close to the UK. A warm spring is predicted. We actually go into those deep orange to red shaded colours, which on the temperature scale is 1 to 2 degrees above normal. So quite a warm spring being predicted there from Meteo France. And again, we don't see much of a signal for precipitation over the 3 months. This is what the DWD model is forecasting from Germany. High pressure perhaps a bit more to the south, winds coming in from an Atlantic type flow. And that means that the DWD is going for above average temperature, slightly above average by about half a degree to 1 degree. And again, not much of a signal for precipitation. Looking quite mysterious, isn't it, for precipitation there. And then we go on to CMCC, the Mediterranean model, that also looking anticyclonic for this spring with high pressure over top of the UK and Ireland, above normal temperatures by about half a degree to up to 1 degree above normal. And this one has a drier signal as well, so a dry and warm spring being predicted there. Very pleasant for growers and whatnot. ECCC looks like that. High pressure perhaps a little bit more centred in the Atlantic. Might bring in perhaps slightly more of a west or a northwesterly flow. Temperature anomalies with the ECCC are above average though by about half a degree, 1 degree. You get the idea. And this one is a little bit wetter to the north actually. And then finally, for the Copernicus suite, we've got JMA. Now, this one is a bit more interesting with high pressure around Scandinavia, but also ridging towards Greenland. Low pressures down here. That could almost be bringing in a cold easterly type flow. However, the model is actually going for above average temperatures, up to 1 degree above normal again, and no real signal once more for precipitation there. Continuing with the Asian theme, let's move on to the Beijing Climate Centre. Now, the Beijing Climate Centre, the BCC, has not updated this month in January. So this is from December's update. But because we didn't do a season-one roundup in December, as we took December off for the long range, we can show you this. But if the Beijing Climate Centre does not update like in February, then we won't be able to bring you any more Beijing Climate Centre data until they do update. I hope that makes sense. So this is the 500 millibar height anomaly from last month, from December, for spring 2025. Above average heights from the Atlantic into western parts of Europe. Looks like a relatively anticyclonic spring. 200 millibar height anomaly with higher pressure, maybe a little bit more towards the south, but some lower pressure up here, and a general sort of westerly type flow. The temperature anomaly just a little bit above average there, about half a degree to 1 degree above normal. They're all singing from the same hymn sheet, really, aren't they? And precipitation wise, well, actually, it's a little bit more unsettled, so that is a slight change. Not sure about that. I reckon, it's dry and average through most of the Atlantic, so not sure what that's about. I would suspect a rather drier and warmer spring would be on the cards there. And then finally, we've got our very own UK Met. So this one looking very zonal, continuation of pattern from winter, I guess. High pressure from the Azores into western southern Europe, lots of low pressure up to the north, and generally a flat zonal westerly flow. As with all of the other models, we're going for slightly above average temperatures by about half degree to 1 degree above normal. A little bit more unsettled with that Atlantic flow as well, with some above average rainfall. So that's a bit different compared to most of the models which actually have no signal. But as ever, we shall see. Okay, that's it for the first season roundup for spring 2025. If you have enjoyed this update, please you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll do it all over again for the second and final time next month. And of course, we've got more spring updates to come, and that's going to include our next spring update tomorrow, which will be released at GavsWeatherVids at 10 a.m. And then, of course, we're releasing the GavsWeatherVids Spring forecast, I think on the 23rd of February. Right, okay, so if you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe. Thanks so much for doing that. Going to be back a little bit later on with your 10 to 14 day and also the weekend forecast too. So check out those two when they're released. For this one, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Richard for the spring updates. Love it, Rich. Thanks so much for this one. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.